the truth. When she smiles at you, she'll say that angels don't lie.
Hey guys, happy Angels Don't Lie Tuesday. Here we go. I'm going to share my video and we are signing on early. Casey is here tonight. He's in the house. So that means we have call-ins available. Super exciting. How are you, Casey?
I'm doing great over here tonight.
Awesome. And I know we gave you a little extra work last week with the swear words to take them out. So, yep.
Yeah, you had to clean it up a little.
Just a little bit. So I'm going to, just share this in our group and share it on the wall. If you know somebody in need, if you want to tag your friends, that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to invite you to go ahead, take a moment, and write somebody's name in it. Why isn't this popping up here? There we go. Perfect. Enjoying the show. Here we go. Sharon. I see you guys signing on. Nice to see you. I got some sparkles around tonight because I wanted to have like a little bit of, star shining, sparkly shining, because I think it's fun. Anyways. Good job. So Casey, what else do you want to say?
Oh, I was just looking at your little pop-up here about our Angels Don't Lie live at the Angel Cooperative.
Yes, we are having a live show next Tuesday. And we have tickets available, and we would love for you to be there. And we will not be streaming the show live, so you have to come to be in person to see the entire show to have the connections. So we'll be sharing the podcast later on. Oh, I shared it to my story. Shared it the wrong way because I'm talking. What the hell am I doing? What am I doing?
I have a question.
Go.
Is it in the Shungite room or the room next door?
It is going to be in the Shungite room.
In the Shungite room. Okay.
Right. Yes.
That's, I haven't seen their new setup in their other, addition that they have across the parking lot there, but, I'm sure it's amazing, but the Shungite room is definitely
depending on how many tickets. Yeah. Depending on how many tickets.
Oh, yeah, if we sell 25 tickets, the Shungite room.
Exactly.
It'll be standing room only.
Exactly. Which, we love that. The more the merrier, and the more spirit can come through, the more messages that are delivered, and the more love that is shared. Woo, woo. Okay. So let me say hello because I see some people signing on. I'm been busy sharing and messing up my sharing. Hey Sandy, how are you? Hi Nancy, how are you? I see Anita, Donna, hi, how are you? Hi Lori, how are you? Tina, Maria. The number tonight is 646-891-5252. It is at the top of the page. It's on the very top, but I'm going to add it to the comment section for you guys again. 646-891-5252. I am going to ask that you share the video. Tag somebody, please. There you go. I just added it in the comment section for you, Lori. Cheryl, how are you? Nancy, how are you? Hi, how are you? Nicole, nice to see you. So tonight we're going to have a little chat. We are going to take your calls, so that means we're going to make some connections here online. And we're going to talk about the power of perception. Oops, Casey lost me. Hold on. That means that you guys can't hear me and the phone hung up. Hold on 1 second. Oops.
Good evening. This is June from KBJB Radio. Thank you for calling Angels Don't Lie.
Hi, this is Jeannie Street. Thank you so much for holding. Do you have my book yet? The Goddess You is a 12-step process with a companion journal to help you get in touch with your soul truths.
We'll be with you in just a minute. You may listen to the show while waiting. A beeping noise will indicate when you are on the air with the...
Do you guys have my book and the companion journal? You guys just heard the whole story. So that's what you hear when you call in. And then you're on hold, and then Casey looks at the numbers, and he says, okay, come on through. And he has his own little system over there, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I don't know what happened, why we lost it, but
I was just talking about perception. Yes, and so Nicole's liking that topic because it's a big topic, right? How we perceive things is really the energy in which we hear somebody speak to us, the energy in which we decide to take action or non-action. So it's a pretty big deal, right? And this has come up in my readings lately, which I think is always valuable when we have a theme. The angels will do this, and to stay on that theme because we get deeper in it. We get this deeper understanding of the things that we can do. So I was talking to my daughter. She came home from the city over this past weekend, and we were just talking about how people perceive things, right? And she's like, I'm a person that perceives things with the idea that the glass is half full, like that I like a positive view. And so we were talking about that and how it related to her situation and what she had going on. And a lot of people perceive things with the glass is half empty. So they worry, they're in that state all the time. And so maybe they set it up like, well, this is the worst case scenario. So, hope for the best, but plan for the worst. So let me ask you right now, where you stand with that. Like, are you a hope for the best, plan for the worst kind of person? Or are you really like, I hold faith and I hope for the best? I'm not necessarily planning for the worst. My glass is half full or my glass is half empty. I want to know where you stand with that power of perception. Like, where do you stand? I love that, Diane. She tells people that are negative, flip your script. I love that. That's a really great thing. Hope for the best. There she goes. Amen to that. Yeah. How about you, Casey? How do you float? Oh, you wrote it
up there. Glass is clear full.
Yep. I knew that, but I just,
positive spin on it.
Class is full. I've always been a positive person. Great. Anybody else want to share? Anybody really a glass is half empty? Anybody that lives with that empty? Thank you, Maria. Thank you for sharing that. And usually that's because we've had so many experiences that bring us like, how would I feel like it's positive, right? Usually it's life experiences that bring us to that point. I see Karina signing on. So Karina, are you a glass is half empty or a glass is half full? Oh, Teena, that's good. It depends on what's going on in our life, right? Right? Nancy, I worry too much, so that means you tend to go towards that glass is empty. Lori, thank you for being honest there. So perception, how we perceive life. So that means wherever we're standing from is how we will receive the energy in which somebody's speaking to us, right? And somebody might say something very simple, but maybe there was no harm meant in it, and we're staying with the energy in the physical world, so that means we've attached a meaning to what they're saying because of a past experience. And so we've assigned already a rule in our mind that, oh, this is what they mean by that. And so we'll perceive it in a negative aspect rather than taking the time to follow the energy and follow it with our senses. Follow it with the understanding of that there's a divine energy that we can connect with. That changes that perception. That changes how we can then take action or go forward or hold on to that energy. Right? Does this make sense? I'm glad I have a glass. Amen. Amen, girl. Amen. I was almost all empty, but Spirit helped me flip my script. I love that, Diane. That is so beautiful. Right? So and I love that you are saying that because that is the truth. When we turn our perception over to the divine, when we turn it over to God, all of a sudden we're allowing our senses, and so this is how we perceive energy. It's through your senses. All of a sudden we change the vibration. We change the way we are perceiving. So we don't stay in the negative aspect. We're allowing this almost divine intervention to come in. But listen, This is a habit that we are in, right? Habits are formed from our conditioning, from our belief system, from the events that have happened in our life, right? Agreed? Does it make sense? Yes? No? Maybe so? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We do. You're right, Lori. You have the power. You have all been given the power. We have all been gifted this beautiful thing that's called free will. And our right to choose, to discern, to decide to slow down. So we're talking about perception, which is a really important thing, and how we see beneath the surface of something going on to understand it. Here's what I found, some great words that go with perception. To understand, to perceive, to know, to be acquainted with, to discern, to see, to behold, to look, to listen, to hear, right? These are all things that go around perception and all things that we can connect with through our senses. So our spiritual perception is about following that energy beyond the physical, which is here on earth, this physical, your body, the physical experiences of the trauma, the physical experiences of the relationship, the physical of what you've been taught, and following it to a divine truth. So praying on it. You know my saying, stop, drop, and pray? Well, here, this is when we can slow down so we can change our perception. But what happens is it becomes a habit for us to perceive things in a negative aspect in order to fill a void within. So this is the bigger picture, the void. The void, the void, the void. The void. What's the void? Let me just ask anybody out there if they understand their own void. And we do have the call line open, guys. If you have a question, you want to talk about this, 646-891-5252. That's the number. That's where we're hanging out. And we'd love to hear from you. We'd love for you to tag. You do? Okay. Yep. All right. The void. The void, the void, the void. So I want you to think about the void within. And I like that you're saying partially. The void is missing your children. Let's get some clarity on what our void is. And that's that deep well of pain within us. That's the thing we might be avoiding and not looking at. That might be the thing that we're trying to fill. Feeling loved. That's your void. Like you don't feel loved. Is that what you're meaning, Maria? Let's take a caller. And we'll continue on this. Yeah.
All right. We go.
Perfect.
Here's our first call.
Thank you, Karina. I'm going to continue back in 1 second. Hi, this is Jeannie. Who am I speaking with?
Jeannie, it's Tina Hall. How are you?
Good. Hi, Tina. How are you, love? How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. I've got a little cold right now, trying to fight that, but I'm doing really well. This year has seemed to be a great year starting off. So
excellent. And I'm like watching your pictures, and I love following you guys on Facebook too, because I can see like when there's big shifts, and you can see your energy has changed, and the way you are looking at the camera is different because there's like this higher vibration to you.
Yes, I think that's true. I have a question for you.
Sure.
My daughter is having a tough time not in her marriage, but in her family life with her in-laws, certain people, and it seems like the cycle has come full circle because so did I at one point. Mm-hmm. And I just see her pain, and I feel it because I've been through it. Yes. And I just want to help her. And I went through a lot of therapy for this, and I seem to have lost it all through my connection with my therapist who's passed away, and I just wish I could help her with it. It just seems to be very tough.
Yeah, and I like that you're saying this because, we are each other's teachers, right? We teach each other by our own actions and by the things that we do in our life, and that helps them to form new behaviors and new relationships are, just a new way of thinking just by us standing in the light. So that's number one, you standing in the light, you kind of sharing that with her, and being gentle with her. What can you tell me what the struggle is? She has a child, right? I know she has more than one, but I feel like
not yet. She's my only child.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So is that the struggle for her? Is having a child?
No. What's happening is that apparently my son-in-law's siblings, a couple of them.
Oh, okay. There it is.
I don't know if it's a jealousy thing or one of her sister-in-laws has actually tried or has actually told her that, she wished she was dead. She's only with my son-in-law because he worships the ground she walks on. And I want that for her. I want that a husband should worship the ground you walk on.
Yes.
I love my son-in-law. He is like my own son. They are good together. But they both struggle with this because he wants to protect her.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I wish I could help her because I've been through it.
So, the thing about jealousy is, and that's the energy that comes up, when somebody's out of their own alignment and they say really, really hurtful, painful things that cut at us, such as I wish you weren't here. I wish you were never born. Right. That's because your daughter has something that she's longing for and she doesn't have. And, that's just anger and meanness. And you can't change that in somebody. Rather, you can deflect it. And, there's some ways to do that. It's, creating really soft boundaries, really strong boundaries around what you allow in and what you don't allow in.
Right.
And reframing your words and changing your reactions so when something awful and hateful comes your way, that you redirect it and you serve it back in the highest vibration that you can. And you never join their anger story, which is a really hard thing to do when somebody's attacking you.
Right.
But the more you are confident in your truth and you turn to forgiveness and you turn to compassion and you realize everything that they're saying is because of their lack. And it's not about you. It's not about you. It's never been about you.
Right. And that's what I've tried to tell her, that this is their issue. But I feel her pain because I remember it. And it's hard because I did so much work.
But as her parent, you can't join that story. You have to keep reminding her, like, here's your power. You have to remind her of what her power is. And her power is that discernment of, this isn't about me, this is about somebody else. And the viewpoint in which she leads her life is, and this is perception, right? You can perceive this person as being horrible, or you can perceive them as being really not well, out of alignment, away from God. And so that's where prayer comes in. That's where her spirituality comes in. And that should be her focus, her spiritual growth.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell her, but she has a really tough time with spiritual growth.
But you can't change that for her. You can only mirror it to her, right?
Right.
So be it. Just continue to be it. Continue to show her, like what I see on Facebook. I don't know you personally. I know you through our connection here, and I see the change in you. I see how far you've come in the short time that I've known you online. So that says something. So continue that.
Yeah. I think that she's a very strong-willed girl. And she sets very, very healthy boundaries for people. And she blogs, so a lot of times she gets ridiculed because of her blogs that sometimes aren't necessarily about these people that they think it is. And again, it's perception. And she said, I'm not going to stop blogging just because somebody wants me to. I have a right to free speech, and I'm going to do it.
Right.
And I told her that. I was like, you have a right to write things. I mean, and she does it because it's an outlet.
Right.
Whether it's about her mother and father and our divorce, or whether it's about things that are troubling her around family.
So all that's happening is she's triggering somebody that doesn't have their voice, right? So
Right.
it is like, so I always look up to people that can share their story really bravely and forward like that, because it took me so long to get to a point and able to do it and discern what do you tell, what do you not tell. And I love people that are freely open and able to write it and to show up that way, because they don't have the insecurity. And so that's all it's mirroring back is like, keep doing it, but show up in love. Like, that's what I would remind her of. And maybe you're not telling her, but maybe you offer her some books, offer her some tools.
Yes, I actually have done that, which has been a good thing, I think.
The Goddess You, my book in the back here. It's a great tool. Those 12 steps are simple.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You've been a big help now and in the past. Thank you so much.
All right, I love you. Keep healing.
Love you.
Okay, take care. Bye. That's big, right? Really great. So I see Donna's on here. Hi, Donna. How are you? All right, Casey, I know you said we had a couple on hold.
Yep, we have one more here. Here we go.
Yeah, perfect. Hey, this is Jeannie. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Jeannie. It's Cheryl. How are you?
Hi, Cheryl. Good. How are you?
Okay.
How can I help you tonight?
I love the topic, perceive. I'm in between, actually. With the worrying and, it all depends on what's going on in my life, is the way I perceive things. So I'm trying to work on that, but I'm just struggling. So
let's talk about the worry real quick, if that's okay. So
worry,
it's not necessarily one thing. You just worry everything. Yeah.
I worry. My husband's an alcoholic. And then my daughter. I'm very worried. She's going through divorce. And I'm worried about my grandson. We only have the one grandchild, so I just feel so attached to him. Not in an unhealthy way, I don't think. I'm just so worried because she's struggling with her voice. She's not able to advocate, really, right now for herself, for whatever she's struggling with. I don't know why. And then I worry that she's not advocating enough for my grandson, who's going to be 9 next month. But, I'm so obsessed with this right now.
So can I help you for just a moment with this?
Yep.
Right. So just like Teena, who just called in about her daughter and being able to help her, this is what we want for our children. We want them to have happiness. We want them to be okay. We want them to make good decisions. And when we see them or we're watching them having this really big struggle, again, it really comes to what you've taught them, right? As a parent, we show up and we teach them, how to use their voice or how not to use your voice. I mean, you have an alcoholic husband, so that comes with its own energy for you, I'm sure, of how you've been able to stand up for yourself and how you've navigated through what that relationship is like, correct?
Right.
And so you not maybe being able to use your own voice and possibly have given your power away. Is that fair enough to say?
Yes. Yeah.
It's what you've mirrored to her. And so you want her to use her voice, yet she's probably teaching you. This is a great lesson that she's teaching you that you need to use your voice first. And how can you show up and maybe serve things to him a little differently, a little a little change up and take your power back. This empowerment is really important because we give people permission how to talk to us and how to treat us because we make adjustments in order to make it accommodating for their bad behavior because we don't want to get into an argument or we don't want to, whatever that storyline is, right?
Yes. And this is old because he was sober for 15 years and then he started up again. So I was in Al-Anon for 7 years, which really helped. So
maybe that would be a step for you helping your daughter is returning to Al-Anon, returning to some steps that worked well for you in the past.
Okay.
And again, like my book, The Goddess You, those 12 steps, similar to any 12-step program, once we place them into action, we take our power back. And it's in a loving way. It's not in an anger way because, we have these relationships so we can be expansive, not necessarily so we can live in pain or sameness. But when you are expansive, then you'll teach your daughter. And when you are expansive, you'll teach your husband. And when you take your power back, you'll show them, like, this is how I want to be treated. This is the respect I deserve and the respect you also deserve.
Okay.
So I feel like your daughter doesn't use her voice at all. I do feel like you're right. I feel like she has some shame. I feel like she has some, worry and fear about that because she's kind of given her power over to her husband. I feel like she has fear, like she doesn't. And so it feels like it mirrors your energy.
Yes.
And I think this is the theme that we're taking on tonight. Again, it's how we're perceiving it. We're perceiving it outward as if it's just about her, but really it's a lesson for you. It's a lesson for each one of us. And if you guys are moms on there, does this make sense for you? Like, I know I don't want you to feel like I'm picking on you, Cheryl, or picking on you, Teena. This is for all of us. This is for all of us. Okay. And yeah. Does this make sense? Does it feel like, yeah. And I love the idea of you returning to your meetings because I feel like also that's going to send him a message that's high and loving and letting him know, this is a return. This is a return to love and this is where we have to go, right? And rather than pointing fingers or getting into an argument, it's just really a quick way you get your power back.
Okay. And I also started therapy again. So,
yes,
which I recommended to my daughter also. So I'm just really worried again about my grandson. So I guess worry is an action. Worry is a call for us to take a positive action. Like we can hold that worry within our body, and then it becomes an energy that we struggle with, and we don't know what to do with, and that's the constant. I don't know what to do. I don't know, and that becomes an addiction, right? Yes, and it's draining, very draining.
Very draining. So if we turn to prayer, instead of saying, I don't know, we turn to, God, please guide me. Angels, please surround my daughter with love and light and help her to use her voice. Now, all of a sudden, we've changed our internal dialogue and our external reaction because we're not externally reacting anymore. Now we're praying. Now we're really doing something of a high vibration.
Okay.
Power, power, power.
Yes.
You have it. It's choice. It's like, am I aligning to love or am I going to stay in this consistent story of worry, worry, worry? And it returns to us in different levels and different forms because it's just another call for healing, right? It's just another call of you evolving and growing.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jeanne. It was really meant for me to hear.
Beautiful. And we will all keep you in our prayers. I know everybody here is so amazing. Thank you, Cheryl. Take care, love.
You too. Thanks, Jeanne.
Okay, bye. I mean, this is such a big scenario for so many of us. So, we give our power to other people. And I literally had a session today with a man who's also given his power in a way, and he's given it away, and so things haven't changed in his relationship, and he struggles with forgiveness and shame of past behaviors and hasn't been able to move forward. And so that's kept the relationship in a, I call that the Groundhog Day. It hasn't changed. It's like every day is the same. It's more and more complicated. So quick ways to take our power back are that stop, drop, and pray. And yes, I love the Serenity Prayer. Absolutely, really beautiful. Returning to love, returning to the source of the divine, which is, I am willing to surrender and forgive. I am willing to apologize and show up. I am willing to take part in this healing. And our worry comes from not trusting our intuition. Our worry comes from not being able to have that clear view of the next right step. And really the next right step is it love? Am I ready? Am I willing? And remember, I tell you guys in my book about Shmigo, and we talk about it on the show all the time, how confusing he is. He sends us these stories. He sends us this fear. So we're in this constant story of lack. And seeing past that is really difficult. So that worry kind of grows, or that shame grows, and that struggle gets bigger, and the depletion feels more, and it feels very real, and it's very painful. And then we see it replay in our children's lives, and we wonder why. Well, it's another call for healing. That's all it is. It's not because you're bad or you're getting this energy because you deserve it. It's just replaying so that it can heal on another level. Right? Yes, Diane. Shame and regret live in the past. I always say that. It's the back door. That's where fear is. It's like that cold draft, but love is here in the present. So have your love you. Have your love you. Lori, the book is called The Goddess You. The Goddess You and the Goddess You Journal. And there it is. Casey, can you pop the link on for the book right in here, and that way they can have it real quick? It is available on Amazon, but it's also available on Barnes & Noble. I've noticed on Amazon that there's all these weird people that buy your book and then resell it, so it's more expensive right now, and it's cheaper on Barnes & Noble, the regular price at Barnes & Noble, just so you know. So what else do we have tonight? I do want to tell you about this great event I have coming up, which is a meditation mastery series. It's with the series of my brand new book called Angels Don't Lie. And this meditation mastery series is about reconnecting to you, to your energy and your angels. And we're going to use some of the meditations that are in the new book. And you can join this meditation series anywhere you are. So you can be home and you can watch the replays. You don't have to be on live. I've made it really simple, and it's going to be very powerful. So I'm going to share the link here for you guys. So if you want to take a look at it, if you want to join, and you'll have those meditations for life. You'll always be able to go back to them, which I think is another powerful way to continue to grow. When we have those tools, when we have the resources available to us, when we fall off or something happens, then we have things to get right back to. Maria, you're right. It's hard to trust our intuition when we've had so much stuff. So it's a matter of like being still. It's a matter of cleaning our energy. So it's, that's a bigger story. Clearing our intuition. And Casey, we talked about that opening your intuition workshop that I have that's free on my website. Maria, I recommend that. It's easy. You can go on. All you have to do is put your email in, and you can get that right away. Yeah. We're giving you guys lots of links tonight. Lots of links. Casey, is that all right? Can you add that link for the that free workshop too?
To the
it's podcast? An old one. Actually, Maria, add it now because Maria is looking for something about intuition. I think she could really use it.
I'll put it on there right now.
Thank you. Perfect. And Maria, it's a nice way. It's an easy workshop to do, so you can get into that. And we don't have any callers. We don't have any on hold, right?
No, we're good.
Good. Okay, we're good. We're so good. This has been a deep show. This has been like, wow. Like going in, we're talking about, our perceptions. We're talking about our void, and we're showing up real time to see where we can take our power back, right? So Lori, staying in the past and are you struggling with the storyline of it? Replaying it? I love the God box. That's awesome. That's a beautiful gratitude practice. Diane, you got some great stuff here for us. Everybody, make sure you read through the comments because you guys all have great advice for each other. And I love this idea of the God box. And if you're creative or if you need an outlet, that's a beautiful way to have your gratitude. And you can also have a God box where you place your fears and your worries and the things you want to release and let them go so you don't carry them, which is really important. I have to copy and paste the link in which one are you talking about, Casey?
Well, both links, because Facebook, I don't think, does a good job of letting you jump to the link when I put it in there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I put one in there for the book, and I also put one in there for the intuition.
Yeah.
So you may have to copy it and bring it over to your browser rather than, I don't think Facebook lets you jump out of the thing over to the link.
All right, here's another one. All right, so I'll just put it. I see it stopped doing it. But okay. So, there it is, freebies. So there you go. You go to the freebie page, Maria, and just put your email in, and you can go to the one that says opening your intuition, and that's the one I think that you should start with, right? You replay it. So, Lori, how about this? How about if you write it all down in your journal, and you ask God to take it. You actually you can mail it and just write to God. You can burn it and see it go up to the heavens so that you're releasing it. But it's a form of letting it go instead of holding it back on, and you're making it a physical sign by putting pen to the paper and writing it down and saying, I'm ready to release this. It's a powerful tool, okay? Beautiful. Yep. Sometimes it's really hard to let go. And Lori, are you in a meeting? Do you go to Al-Anon or therapy? Anything that helps you that keeps you on that track? Because that would be really important. You're welcome. Let's see. Nicole is saying, I've been noticing lots of mucky things coming up when dealing with certain people. I see and observe it when it's happening, but I'm having trouble figuring out what I'm lacking. Why do you have to be lacking? Why is it that you're lacking? Because you're seeing or you're trying to figure out. And maybe you're just, maybe God is just showing you these things because they no longer serve you in your body, and you don't really have to be doing anything but willing to let it go. It's a bigger story, and I'd love to chat with you. So listen, guys, it's just about that time. I'm going to sign off. It's just after 7:30, and we're going to continue this conversation. We can meet again in person. So you can get your tickets for the Angels Don't Live show, and we can go in and have beautiful readings. Everybody gets a reading that attends, okay? Lori, we're going to keep you in our prayers. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for your energy. Thank you for showing up. And let these messages of how to connect and how to take our power back be something that serves you, right? Check on your perception. check on it. See where you're coming from. Am I coming from love? Am I coming from an old belief system? Am I really listening with God ears? Am I seeing with God eyes? Am I hearing truth and seeing truth? Or am I making a judgment or forming an opinion off of the pain or the structure of where I've been? All right, well, have a beautiful night. And you guys, you know what I know, because angels don't lie.
Angels don't lie.